Hi, Saseni. I hope mko poa and welcome to another episode of Movie Review. I'm your host, Kaneki, and this show is sponsored by NewsunplugKE. Stay tuned. Well, the first movie nitakuwa na review inaitwa Nairobi Half-Life. Sijui kama umesikia, but it's an amazing movie. It was released in 2012 and directed by this director called David Tosh Getonga. And this movie revolves around this guy anaitwa Mwas, ametoka ushago. So unajua kuna dreams zake, anataka kuachieve everything, atakuwa actor. So like everyone kwa hiyo area wanamjua. So anataka kwenda town like Nairobi ndio jue life venye nakuanga, ndio pursue his dreams and everything. So get to see the guy, anaenda akifika tu town anaibiwa. Unaona venye siku zote anaibiwa, so anaibiwa kila kitu, then anashikwa. I don't know for what reason, but anashikwa. Then unapata meet this guy anaitwa Uti who died, and may his soul rest in peace, but his legacy keeps on going. And then he meets other guys who then become like thieves, wanakuwa wezi, wanaiba spare parts za gari. They can also do like up and down of Nairobi, just everything, the rawness in this movie, the realness, like mtaipenda. It was just amazing. Like hata sijui naweza explain aje. When we watch, na recommend sana. I'll give it 1,000 out of 10. So next movie inaitwa Supa Modo. I think probably mmesikia. It's a good movie. Ilikuwa released 2018 and it was directed by Likarion Wainaina. So this movie revolves around this like a little child, kademtu kadogo anaitwa Sesi Wawero, but kwa movie anaitwa Joe. So unapata she's sick, ako hosi, but she has her friends kwa hosi. Unapata like the mom anasaidianga like women to have children kwa ushago, ina revolve around ushago. And napenda venye Kenyan movies wana leta that like up country kind of vibe. I just love it. So she's called Joe, and akona big sister mwenye ako high school. So unapata sister na try cheer up because she doesn't have a lot of time, like she's about like to die, so hana time mingi. So sister can try like give everything she want, like anampea the last wish before she passes away. So unapata uko shago kuna a whole community of people, and mostly wanaongea Kikuyu. So I love that, not because I'm a Kikuyu, but I just love it. It's amazing, it's funny, kuna comedy, kuna everything. So unapata ushago kwao out of hiyo area. So unajua venye ushago kila mtu ajuanga ule mwingine, sijui kukaa nani, sijui nani wa nani. It's the same thing, same concept. So unapata like wanna do everything to make Joe have her last wish, because her wish is to have a superhero movie. Then napenda venye kuna stickers kwa room, like her room is just so beautiful, like everything. Mimi napenda to everything. Napenda venye wana interact, napenda the rawness, the realness, napenda the actors venye wako. I just love everything, and I recommend it sana when we watch, na naipe 10 out of 10. It's a good movie, like it's an amazing movie. Pia cinematography yake, it's just amazing. So there's this other movie inaitwa Black Adam. Black Adam is an action, adventure and fantasy movie. It was released this year and it was directed by Colette Serra. So hii movie ni spin-off ya Shazam. You watu najua mlijua Shazam ni gani, ama like you've kind of heard of it. So inaanza na this main starring inaitwa Dwayne Johnson and najua The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, I know you know him. So in this movie inaitwa Teth Adam. Ilikuwa times zile za kitambo, like there was mining, there was slavery, just every type of thing. Zile tu like before Christ times, ile BC and whatever. So napata he had a wife, he had a like son, and this time mtoi wake like ali rebel against the soldiers, so he was caught. But before, just before he was killed, he was saved by these other gods who bestowed him the power of being like the Shazam chanite hivyo. So after that, when he was like the soldiers go for his family. So next movie nitakuwa na review inaitwa Chainsaw Man. Okay, I won't call it a movie, it's anime. Watu wa anime, watu wa weebs, watu wanapenda akina Naruto, akina Saitama, akina One Piece, everything. Naongea kuhusu anime. So it was released, okay, it is still ongoing because it was released this year, and it was written by this guy called Tatsuki Fujimoto. I hope nimesema vizuri. So the main cast, kuna Denji, kuna this other girl naitwa Power, kuna Aki ameiva, he's like a housewife but he's a guy, but hiyo ilikuwa like amazing to me. This guy called Denji. So unapatanga like anime mingi napata they have like a goal they have in life, they want to achieve everything. Kwa hii hapana, Denji hana hiyo. Denji wants to hang out with a girl, like that's his only goal. Like he'd rather get killed ama like alipo afanya job flani, but yeah, as long as akona dem hakuna kitu kingine namsumbua. Nilipenda like the opening theme song, let me call it a theme song, I won't call it a soundtrack, but theme song ya anime zinakuwa tu just amazing. Najua watu wa Weebs mnajua venye nasema watu wa anime, I think you understand. So Denji is like this guy mwenye kona this other pet who's a demon. So like this time he was kind of killed, but then the pet exchanged his heart for his, so they can be like one. So he became a half demon and half human. So pia yuli ni bamba, because I think when you're naandikanga hizi, let's call them manga, they're very creative, and I just love that about them. I love the interactions, I love that every single anime is always different, it has a story, it's just amazing. So even type a 10 out of 10, it was, I'd highly recommend it.
Okay, so let's do the
Also Just in Time. Just in Time was released in 2021 and it was directed by Dolapo Adeleke. So this movie starts with Sarah Hassan as the main character, who's Muthoni. Kuna Stacey Waweru, who's Ashley. The the movie revolve around those two. So Muthoni is a clerk in a bookshop or bookstore, or whatever you call it, and so she has all her life figured out. She like has these morning affirmations and anasikizanga YouTube asubuhi wakimwambia sijui strive this, love this, you know, that kind of vibe. She has her own place, she pays her own rent, buys herself stuff, she has a car, everything, that like that girl kind of life. So we get to see Muthoni, who's Sarah Hassan, being like that girl kwa movie. So akona cousin flani walikuwa raised, so they have like let's call it a cousin sister kind of relationship. So kuna hiyo pia, and this cousin of hers anaitwa Jerry. Jerry ni mama Ashley. Ashley is like the little girl mwenye ni mtoto wa Jerry. So unapata they have a divorce with the dad, so there's family issues. Jerry ajui if she's supposed to like go for vacation by herself ama with her family, or like where will she leave Ashley, who's the niece to Muthoni. So ikafika to point akapiga Muthoni, and this was before like Muthoni knew that Jerry had been told by her brother that she has got fired from her job. Yeah, she got fired from her job. So imagine ukiwa umeget all of that in your life, unapay your bills, then all of a sudden boss anakuambia pana kazi imeisha. So tuna get kwa hiyo transition ya one day akona everything, then the next she has nothing. So Jerry ana call Muthoni anamuuliza if anaweza kana Ashley. Ashley is this 11-year-old witty girl, like ni wale watu walizaliwa place kuna wifi, place kuna internet, so she's like smart. Like kuna toy fulani ukiangalia difference ya venye sisi tulikuwa raised na venye au wamekuwa raised this time, utaangalia tu kuna difference. Out they're smart, they know everything. Unajua kuhusu IG, FB, Twitter, like TikTok, they just know everything about like that kind of life. Na ni wale wakona do, so unapata like Ashley akona iPad. Muthoni anashangaa kwa nini Ashley akona iPad na ni mtoto, so tushaget kuona pia hiyo. So wakiwa tu wanakaa kwa nyumba, there's this like house rules za zenye wako nazo wawili. Wakuwa like they weren't like getting along at first, but then as time went by, they like got to get to know each other, like wakakuwa comfortable with each other. And besides, yes ni auntie yake, so kuna ile tu connection ya family. Napenda venye this show inaonyesha like that connection and care with the women in this like show. Hakuna ile hatred or whatsoever, there's that like connection, and I love it so much. So there's this other guy, like next door neighbor, alikuwa binti fulani anaitwa Kobina. Kobina is hot, Kobina is dark skin, Kobina ameunga, like anakaa vizuri, let's say anakaa tu vizuri, hiyo nitaweka kwa like he looks amazing. So Kobina meets with Muthoni, they have like a thing, so they get to like flirt and all. Ashley ana notice venye Kobina ana flirt na Muthoni, so Ashley feels she's threatened because ana feel nika auntie yake atachukuliwa na this other new guy anaitwa Kobina. So we also get to see how she's protective of her auntie, but still protective ila kwa toxic, just like that friendly, family loving, protective kind of thing. So they get to like hang out, they get to be like friends, and pretty sure feelings were like caught up, because mimi mwenyewe mtu kwa kiniongelesha siku mbili, I think naweza ingia box because anakaa vizuri, so we'll get to see the hot man I'm talking about. So after that tunapata Muthoni anakolewa na boss wake, kumbe boss wake mwenye alikuwa amemfire job akisema ita close down, alibuy hizo books because she had like other brothers wenye walikuwa wanataka kuuza the shop yako anataka. So tutaona pia Muthoni aja lose job yake, bwana ya Jerry mwenye ni the dad to Ashley, venye like he's toxic. The way Modo talks about like the husband, he was toxic to Njeri, he didn't make her happy and all that kind of stuff. Tutaona pia like family toxic feud or kind of mtaona tu kutakuwa. So then unapata they kind of fell for each other, but this time Muthoni stand up Kobina because kulikuwa na issues, because alikuwa sad. Ashley alichukuliwa na mamake and everything. Then after a few months Kobina comes back on Ashley's birthday, then they connect, they like hang out. I think pretty sure they started dating from that point, and tutaweza kuona hiyo. And pia napenda cinematography ya this like show, I love it. Napenda like the music, the soundtrack in this movie, it's just amazing because mostly in Kenyan songs. And pia napenda the acting skills of Ashley because she's just a young girl, but acting skills zake ziko amazing. You know, unajua kuact. It's a good movie because it's one of the Kenyan movies that I love, because I wasn't expect it to be this good, so I loved it kabisa, and I'd highly recommend it. Na pia kwa show, nimesahau pia kwa show, like they talk about dyslexia. I think nile like ugonjwa fulani ya when you take a book and try to read, like the words seem like they're like moving. Like napenda venye napeana hiyo nini, like education, they're teaching about that kind of like ugonjwa and everything. So napenda pia hiyo, and I'd give it a 7 out of 10. And mbona watch, itakuwa amazing. Msiwatch tu juu na niko bina ameiva, mbona tu watch because it's a good movie and it's a good Kenyan movie and it was directed vizuri sana. And don't forget to follow, like, share and subscribe to all our social media platforms at NewsunplugKE. Bye.